What's up? It's your boy Lawrence Trimble, and welcome to another episode of 90 Seconds of Motivation. Listen, I want to encourage you in the word of the Lord coming from James chapter 1, verse 2 through verse number 4. And it reads, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into divers temptations, knowing this," watch this, "that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." I want to talk to you briefly about the trial, the elevation, and the experience. The trial, the elevation, and the experience. Many of us go through trials and tests, which ultimately test our faith. Those tests of faith cause us to waver sometimes in many different facets, and it causes us to not be able to see the end from the beginning. And so those are tests of faith. Those are tests by faith, and they're tests in faith. The scripture says that the trying of faith brings the work of patience. I want you to see that. The trying of faith brings the work of patience. In other words, trying faith works patience. Catch that. Trying faith works patience. Or the trials of your faith work. And what do the trials of your faith work? They work patience. Patience is the capacity to tolerate a situation without an emotional response. Catch that again. Patience is the capacity to tolerate an experience without an emotional response. So in other words, the trial of your faith works to bring an experience, watch this, where you learn to manage the temperature of the experience and regulate the response without losing your cool or focus. The trial of your faith works to bring an experience where you learn to manage the temperature and regulate the response without losing your cool or focus. So in other words, the trial of your faith brings you to an experience where you learn patience, and that patience brings you to the place where you learn to remain cool when you could have exploded. My God, I felt that. You learn to remain cool when you could have exploded. And in the midst of you learning those things in your experience, watch this, after the experience, God brings elevation. This is a time in your life when God is getting ready to elevate you. Why? Because you have gone through a trial and you have gone through an experience where you learned the work of patience. And now, since you have learned the work of patience, it's time to elevate. The experience then brings elevation. Elevation comes when you've learned to master the experience, whereby you are complete and without need, fully whole. I want to encourage you that as you're going through the trials of life, learn the work of patience. Learn how to remain cool when you could have exploded. Learn how to regulate and manage the temperature of the experience so that as you begin to come on the other side, God is ready and can be able to put you in a position to cause you to elevate. Hey, I want to say thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the new developments of Lawrence Trimble Ministries. Be blessed and walk in God's purpose.